Hey everyone, welcome to week 3. I'm here drinking my hot Rev. If you haven't tried your Rev hot yet, definitely do it. So it's the Rev Surge Pack if you're new. Comes in a 28 pack and you can have it cold on the way to the gym or whenever, like ice cold, like an iced tea, or this time of year, you can have it warm. You can add a little cinnamon. It's so good. And it definitely is a healthier alternative to coffee. Not saying you have to give up your coffee, but it leaves you more hydrated. It's full of beautiful antioxidants, adaptogens, so it really fuels you in a cleaner way, more powerful way. So enough about Rev. We're going to get into week 3 right now, you guys. I'm so excited. But I thought first, let's just randomly open up one of my just kind of fun favorite books just to have like at the coffee table, and it's Success Affirmations by Jack Canfield. So I'm just going to randomly select one and see what we need to know today. All right. Transform your inner critic. Oh my God, this is perfect. Okay. Transform your inner critic into an inner coach. I am allowing thoughts that serve me in creating greater success and happiness in my life. I am joyfully looking for the good in myself and others, which makes me feel more appreciative and optimistic. I am training my inner critic to act as a supportive inner coach by filling my thoughts and self-talk with encouragement and confidence. That is really good because today we're going to be getting into your personal brand and how to effectively tell your story and your stories and aspects about yourself so that people can know you better, can connect with you, can really like you and want to learn from you. And then eventually they will feel like they will actually want to do business with you, or they can go to you for their solutions, for solutions to their problems. So it just continues on. I won't get into the whole chapter, obviously, but the quote, a man is literally what he thinks. I am only allowing thoughts that serve me in creating greater success and happiness in my life. I am joyfully looking for the good in myself and others, which makes me feel more appreciative and optimistic. So this is week 31, transform your inner critic into an inner coach. Love it. We all have that inner critic, and I think it's really going to come up in this week here, especially when I'm asking you to kind of put yourself out there a little bit more, because not just because I'm trying to make you uncomfortable, but we do know that we grow when we are uncomfortable. It's more because if people don't feel that connection to us, they're not going to feel drawn to actually learn from us, to do business with us, to partner with us. So it's really super important, and also really the importance of what we do and why we need every different personality and everyone to be in their truth and to be telling their story is because you can help people that I can't even access, because they are going to relate to you more than me, and vice versa. And that's the truth for all of us, based on where we live, our past experience, our story, things that we've gone through, whether we're moms or like whatever it is, So it's really important for you to be really, really you, but to really bring the you-ness to the table. So what I'm going to do is just do a little screen share here. So just bear with me for 1 second. All right. So you guys may know that I have been teaching social media and branding for quite some time, actually. I was a part of the USANA social media team when they actually first created a team. So when corporate created that department, I've been working with USANA to really help entrepreneurs to really build their business of the 21st century, leveraging social platforms, leveraging all the tools that we have, and staying current. Saying that, I am also literally always learning every single day, and I think that's really the only way to stay on top of things, right? Because all the platforms are changing all the time. So the good news is you can learn with me. You don't have to be perfect. You can't really screw up, because people don't really have long attention spans. Either you're effectively grabbing their attention or it's just not effective. You can't really screw it up that bad. And you can always delete whatever, So let's get into building your brand. All right, so before we get into building your brand, you might be thinking, well, do I really need a brand? I don't think I want to build a personal brand, or do I even have a brand, you know? And the truth is, if you have a social media profile, even if it's a private account on Facebook, and maybe you've left a comment here and there on social media, whether you like it or not, that's the day and age we live in, you have a brand. Your brand is your reputation. So rather than, you know, trying to like avoid it, you don't want to participate, it's really best to embrace it, because even, you know, if you are in the workplace, if you are an employee right now, if you're in a career, I'm pretty darn sure that your boss Googled you, looked you up on social media before they hired you, right? It's kind of like how we check people out. We want to know what people are about. So it's really important that we have a really positive social media footprint, thumbprint, you know, presence going on. So really so important, because people are going to come up with ideas of who we are based on what we put out there, right? So of course we want to make sure we're telling a good story and really bringing our truth to the table. So before we get into storytelling, I'm actually, this is a big topic, and it's an area that we can actually really be learning and kind of listening to some great podcasts. So I've actually put together a playlist I'm going to link to in this description of this video of some of the best content out there from greats like Gary Vaynerchuk, you know, all the greats in terms of personal branding and marketing. There'll be a playlist, so you can actually just, you know, watch that as you go as well, whenever you're, you know, doing something at home, kind of multitasking. I also listen to YouTube videos, like when I'm driving. I don't look at them, I just listen to the audio. You can also look up podcasts on, you know, Spotify, you know, iTunes, all that. Okay, so storytelling shows people that you are real, you know, keeping it real. Shows people that you are real, builds connection. So again, that they know you, they like you, and they trust you. So let's get into building your brand. It's really super important that we understand that our brand enhances how we're currently building. So this does not replace real life connections with people at the grocery store, at the gym, at the kids' school, you know, wherever you are in your daily life. We are in the relationship business, I guess you can say, but really how we build this business is based on truly connecting with people and helping people. Being on social media effectively will enhance how we're building. Really important to share that you are not USANA Health Sciences. And it's really important that you are branding yourself opposed to just repurposing USANA as marketing material. Now, there might be a few different pieces that are aligned with your brand that you can sprinkle in there, but you are not Krista Rialba, the independent USANA representative, right? You are so much more than that. We're going to get into that too, okay? So who are you and who do you want to attract? It's really cool when you're building online you have this really awesome opportunity to get super specific about who you are and be really unapologetic for it, right? So if you are, you know, if you want to promote different aspects of you really specifically, for example, I am a mom. I'm a mom who helps other moms. I am a plant-based entrepreneur who helps entrepreneurs have more energy through their nutrition. I am a woman who helps people who are struggling with autoimmune diseases. Even specifically, you can get as specific as, you know, helping people heal from Crohn's, from colitis, from, you know, whatever is going on. So don't be afraid to get specific. So I'm just going to read actually what my Instagram bio says right now, and then we can kind of just have that in mind as well. All right, so I don't think I'm going to get into this too much right now, but on Instagram, you have the ability to have multiple accounts. But if you haven't really mastered your own personal brand, maybe we shouldn't get into multiple accounts yet. But you want to make sure that you, like your name is effectively available, like if you, it's easily available, I should say, on social media. So if I'm trying to tag you and I can't even find you, that's a problem, right? And there's a few people, actually, I was texting, so last night I have to message you. I'm like, I couldn't even tag you in this photo because it's like you're incognito. So right now, currently, and this may actually change by the time that you are listening to this, I found a specific niche that I want to focus on. And I really want to represent helping people to create passive income, right? This is an area that really lights me up, and that's why I've created this 14-week class, okay? So for my actual handle, so it's at Krista Rialba, but my name on Instagram is Passive Income Coach. Again, right now, could change. And then it says, I mentor health coaches and influencers to create passive income. So rather than me helping everyone to create passive income, that's not going to help me find my audience. It's not going to help my audience find me. It's quite obvious that I am very just aligned with helping women specifically. I do help everyone, but I know that I help men too. Really important to help everyone. But I know that my branding really represents that, and I'm okay with that because I can help men individually, and I can also help other people, help them, their demographic, which could be male athletes or stay-at-home dads, you know what I mean? So it's okay to be unapologetic about really who you want to attract. So I am a mummy, so a mummy to @Plant-Powered Boys. My boys now have an Instagram. Yours do not have to yet. This is all an evolving process. I'm a founder of the Beach Bum Lifestyle Program. That is a turnkey program that's available to you. I'll also link that below. And then it says, let's connect. And I also make sure that I have the city that I'm located right now. Okay, so right now I'm in Windsor, Ontario. This is really helpful because it will help people around me find me. Okay, so who are you and who do you want to attract? And again, it's totally okay if this is an evolving journey, but you're gonna fine tune it, and you're gonna begin to get excited about who you are even right now, right? As you are learning and as you are growing. Maybe right now you're a student, but in a couple of years you're going to be, I don't know, a career woman, or a boss babe, or a mom at home, or like, it's okay if it's evolving and changing. But right now, who do you want to attract? And don't be afraid, again, to get super specific about this. So there's some really great material in the playlist I'm going to, again, link to below. But one example that just comes to mind is like this healer who was certified in everything from massage therapy to aromatherapy to all these different modalities, including cranial sacral. And as soon as she actually became like the cranial sacral expert, even though it meant her, not doing Thai massage and not doing other things, she actually rose to success, right? So she was attracting people it was helped her primarily to get really specific about what she was most passionate about, but it also helped her audience because she could actually show up in a better way than being kind of excited about a bunch of things, or like she really liked a bunch of things, but she was really excited about cranial sacral, right? Okay, if this is not clear yet, don't worry, it's going to be. All right, so what do you value? What are your values, okay? This is really important to write down. So I want you actually right now just to jot down a few things, and there's no right or wrong answer whatsoever. I'm just gonna start to list some things off, but please don't be limited to what I'm saying, okay? So a value of yours might be to be organized. A value of yours might be your spirituality. A value of yours could be fitness, health, being vegan, eating in a certain way, like maybe you're paleo, maybe it's whole foods, maybe it's organic farming, maybe it's being a mom and being a present mom. Maybe a value of yours is to be generous. A value of yours is to be compassionate, to be collaborative, to be charismatic, to be thoughtful. You know what I mean? So keep on just like thinking of what are the values that really speak to you. And I'll share a few of mine, but I'll just kind of be quiet for a minute here, even though you could probably press pause too. But I can take a sip of my tea. All right, so definitely one of my values is leadership. Entrepreneurship. I get really excited about helping people to be entrepreneurs. Abundance and thinking abundantly. And optimism is really important to me, like to always be thinking of the best scenario. Collaboration is so much a part of my DNA. I'm probably much more of a, passionate, like plant-based vegan eater than probably most know, but it is a value of mine for sure. Health is definitely a value of mine, non-negotiable. And being a team player, yeah, and also like things like, I value, I do value style, and I value things that look beautiful, and just the aesthetically pleasing things. I value fashion, so it doesn't all have to be deep and meaningful. You value money. That's totally a legit thing that we should all be valuing, right? All right, so writing those things down. Everything from family to Jesus to money, what do you value? And trying to really highlight the top like 5 things, and then even fine tuning it to like 3, and then to, just to your top few, right? So based on your values, if you look at your social media profiles, so maybe you're on Instagram, if not, definitely make that happen. And if you're on Facebook, which if you're not, definitely make that happen. You can choose one or the other to be more focused on, but really important that we are present, right? And then just kind of look at it, try to like have like, fresh eyes, and say, okay, do my values, are they representative? Like, are they represented in my profile, in my picture, in the info section, right? There's a lot of opportunities within social media. If you even go into like the back end of like the settings for the info section for Facebook, the settings for your Instagram edit profile, there's a lot of opportunities to really share and to let people in and to let them know what you're really passionate about, right? Because you want your people to find you, right? And you don't have to be everyone's cup of tea. Not necessary and not even effective, okay? So are you someone, so if you're looking at your profile, kind of like have those objective eyes, are you someone that I can trust? So you're looking at your profile, do you think that you embody someone that is trustworthy, that offers value, that like going to your, like following you, what value, basically human nature, what's in it for me to follow you? What value am I actually going to receive by following you, right? And are you someone who cares about my concerns, who is someone who is like, wanting to help and to contribute and to offer recommendations and to share things, right? So how would we showcase trust? I think we showcase trust within our brand and within our story by telling our story and sharing the bits that maybe aren't super awesome, right? Maybe parts of ourselves that we're still working on, areas that we know that we need to improve, and sharing our journey of how we are improving. I think that offers trust, right? I think it's okay to share when that you have fallen and how you are getting back up. I don't necessarily think it's necessary to share when you are actually down in the dumps, because I don't think that's really going to offer value to other people, because we don't want to just bring people down and just leave them down there. But if you're going through something, once you feel, I want to say like safe sharing it, and you feel confident and don't feel like as vulnerable, that's really where you're going to help a lot of people, how you stayed true to yourself or practice self-care, maybe during a divorce or during a hard time of some kind, right? I think it's really important to let people in, and that really creates trust. That really offers value, because you're creating really like, this is what I did, this is my journey, and I hope that this helps you. And also someone who cares about my concerns. If you're seeing someone on Facebook or on Instagram who, something like they broke their ankle, or they're looking for a job, or they're looking for recommendations, be the first one in their inbox to actually care about their concerns, and not necessarily connecting them to a use on a product, but maybe if it's that obvious, but maybe you're sharing like, this worked for me, or try this. They're going to think of you the next time also that they have a problem, or maybe you are sharing your story and they're like, I want to do the reset too, right? Okay, so who are you? So based on your values, so pairing your values with your and creating these I am statements. So I am a woman who empowers women, right? I am an entrepreneur who helps entrepreneurs stay entrepreneurs. I am a mom who is present. I am generous. I am a team player. I am someone who loves collaboration, right? What are these statements that really help you to shape who you are? And they might just be for you to know, but it also helps you to craft this really great understanding of what you're bringing to the table. So who are you? I am fill in the blank, and create a few of these statements that are powerful to even at the maybe first few pages of your journal or the workbook that you're using to, for your list of 40 when you're trying to really build your business, or you are building your business, and you remember who you are. I am someone who offers value. I am someone who makes a difference. I am someone who makes someone's life better. I am someone who leaves people happier, whatever those statements are that are really empowering to you to show up and to build your brand. All right, so engagement. So if you are new to social media, to social, building on social, engagement is something that you're probably going to really, be looking at. Like, oh no, I only got a couple likes, And I really want to share with you that I really, really want to encourage you to share with you to not be caught in that trap of worrying about how many likes and comments you got, because we don't need to have hundreds of thousands of likes. We don't have to have hundreds of likes. And I'm going to share with you why, but also share with you how to increase your engagement, because as we increase our engagement, it means more people are looking at us. More people are reading. We're reaching more people. All right, so let's start with what do I post? Now, you'll learn this in a few of the different talks that I'll share on the playlist, but 70% of what you share is really about life. You need to be human on social media. You are not just like a business builder who's just looking to just sell products. None of you, I don't even think, are those people. But if any of you think that's what you need to do, it's not that, and it's not effective. The cool thing about social media is because it allows us to be in people's, space of influence all the time. We can be sharing a funny joke, a meme, brighten someone's day, happy Monday, what you're doing, anything that is that's really showcasing your lifestyle, your brand, your personality, your values. You're just literally sharing your life, okay? So if you are following me on Instagram, you're gonna see great examples of that. And so many other people that are on my team are really great examples of this. Really, so giving people a little, insight into your life and your lifestyle really helps to let people in to build those connections and those relationships. Now, quick side tip here. I don't want you to be on your phones all day, right? I think that there's actually a slide about this. But how you can actually capture your life without actually be staring at your phone when you're at the park with your kids is to have your phone nearby all the time. Okay, so trust me, I'm sometimes tempted to leave it at home and not even bring it, but I'm always like, oh darn it, that was an awesome moment I want to capture for family memories, but also it could be a story that I could tell. So when you're out living your life, be present living your life, but have your phone available. And what you can do is just take it out, snap, 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 quick little video. Doesn't have to be perfect. Don't even try to obsess about it. Just have it ready. And then later in the evening or the afternoon, set aside a half an hour for social media. And that's where you're going to, look through the day and actually find kind of the highlights, and then you can tell a story, right? So that's how I do it. It allows me to be present and as well to be really active on social media. Sometimes you'll see me posting early in the morning because maybe I got up before the boys. I'm like, okay, what did we do yesterday that I can share, right? And if I don't really feel like I have anything to share, I will, look for something positive or open up a book like this and gain my own inspiration. All right, so you guys have already seen me in action, but it's my lifestyle, and there's no separation between, for me, my USANA lifestyle and my life. It's just all beautifully blended in, and the products are with me everywhere I go. I'm often around someone who's also building a USANA business. And even when I'm with my family, we are a USANA family. Every single thing in our whole life, our livelihood, is paid for by USANA, from the income that we've created from USANA. So there's no separation, and you don't have to compartmentalize like that. Even if you are, for example, a life coach and you run programs and you have events and you have a USANA business, bring USANA into the mix in a really beautifully authentic way. So you're just kind of taking it around with you in your back pocket. That's how I like think about it. I'm like, did I pack my USANA today? It's literally being ready to connect to someone in real life and to kind of blend it all together, right? I have like a Rev in my bag. I have a business card. I'm ready to connect with people who I meet on the street, at the bus stop or whatever. And then just to share the lifestyle that's really fueled with nutrition as well as income from USANA. Okay, and then 30% business. So like I just said, it's pretty blended, but there is the opportunity to have more direct posts that are like asking for the ask, right? Don't be afraid. Like we're grown-ups. We can ask for things, especially if we have provided value, right? If you're teaching someone for free, like here are my top Instagram tips, or here's 3 ways I start my morning right, or this is how, I pack my kids' lunch. Here's a little hack for you. You're providing value. Now, when you're someone who is always invested in other people and you're trying to be more, inspiring than than interesting yourself, like you're really like invested in other people, what's going to happen is when you ask, they're going to be way more likely to actually buy or to register or to sign up or whatever it is, right? So do make sure you have the ask, just as Gary Vaynerchuk shares with us in one of the talks I'm going to include in this playlist. So, okay, here we go. And then here's more of like the direct asks, right? So like it's a flyer for the Beach Bum program. A few of these are specific to products. There's a Tel Aviv ask in there. There's one with me and Kelly working the business. You get the idea, right? Okay. So here's the breakdown. Add value, 30% ask for the sale. And you know what I'm talking about when you look at people's Instagram accounts or Facebooks, and it's always the ask, or it's like 70% ask, 30% business, you end up probably either tuning them out, not even listening, right? Not like just, you don't even see it anymore, or unfollowing or unfriending them, right? So make sure you don't kind of get into that area, right? And again, you didn't screw up, right? You just literally, people probably just tuned you out. So you want to flip it around, okay? It's not effective to just repurpose a USANA ad necessarily, unless it's very selective and you have created a lot of value, and then you've done, I take the Self Essentials. This graphic explains it perfectly, okay? All right, so, within the 70%, you can ask questions, you can share fun videos, you could do giveaways, you can ask for recommendations, you can share your tips on something. So this really creates engagement. So what is a question that you could post? Just recently, Krista Kay on our team here, she did a post that was asking, it was on Facebook, and it was asking specifically for like honest feedback and insight from her friends on Facebook on if they had a wellness budget, a health budget, what they thought of it, if they've ever thought of it. And she created a whole dialogue around having a health budget. I haven't actually checked in today on how it's going, but yesterday I think there was at least 15 or so comments of people sharing what they thought about a health budget, if they thought of it before, or how much they spend on their health. I also am putting together a presentation for an event that's happening this week, and I was looking for specific quotes that really are inspiring to people. So I just kind of did like a, hey guys, like I'm looking for specific quotes from people who are like trailblazers and game changers who are really making a difference in their community. Can you share your favorite quotes below, right? So people love to share. And probably a post that got the most engagement than anything that I've ever done, I think literally to this day, is after I tucked my boys into sleep one night, and I sang them a little song. It was like a Bob Marley song, and I tucked them in, and I thought, I wonder, like, do my other friends like sing to their kids at night? What songs do they sing to them? So I just literally like hopped onto Facebook, like total pure intention, like no other motive other than I was just really curious. And, you know, hey guys, like just tucked the boys into sleep. Hope your kids are sleeping too. Just curious, like, do you guys sing to your kids? And if so, which songs are like family favorites? And like people were going like, they just love to share because you guys, it creates an emotion, right? And then also people, you know, by doing that, we're connected on that beautiful emotional level as parents, right? And if we don't have the emotion in our personal brand, it's gonna fall flat. Really important to like, you know, be sharing, you know, our heart and, you know, connecting with people in that way. Giveaway opportunity for sure. Like, don't hold back, right? If you want to do a giveaway for something within USANA and pair it with another product, like, you know, the sky's the limit. There's so many great articles on Google. Just Google like how to do an effective Instagram giveaway and go to town there. Like, it will create so many great leads for sure. And then videos, you can share specific videos related to USANA right from the back office. Or also you can share videos from YouTube, but like videos again that show your brand, tell your story, create and really share value with your audience. All right, so engagement. Really make sure that you don't just post and then like, oh my God, I hope it works, right? You really want to be kind of like on call for a few minutes after you post to respond to any comments that come in, to you know, comment back, you know, when someone leaves a comment or like get a conversation going, right? Even oftentimes when someone likes my post, I will say, thanks for liking my post. I might just direct message them, thanks for your support, right? That goes a long way. Definitely make sure that's the kind of like leaving kind of money on the table, and not even necessarily actual money, but like in terms of building your brand, make sure that you're really valuing the time that people are taking to engage with you, and that will create more engagement. So consistency is key. It is everything. Every business coach, life coach, everyone will tell you consistency is everything. If you haven't read The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy, it's a great read. It talks about those daily actions and how they create those big results. Show your personality, be vulnerable, have fun. And for your images, like, we really want to work on making sure that our images are they're our best of the best, especially for Instagram. Facebook, you kind of, you know, kind of throw up like a few pictures. It doesn't have to be like perfect or anything, but within Instagram specifically, really make sure that you're making them nice and crisp and clean. And we can help you with that as well, and just give you a few tips for editing, but just like your best work. Natural lighting is great, you know, just take a bunch of photos and choose your best one. So live video really quickly. If you're going live on Facebook, what you want to do is make sure that it is more on the informational and instructive kind of type of content as a general rule. Feel free to break all these rules, but it's good to know them and then you can break them. But with Facebook specifically, I think it's like great like for how-tos, right? Or like to share specific information on a topic, or, you know, here are my 5 steps for, you know, I'm really informational, giving them tips for things. That's really what I find works really best on Facebook Live. Now for Instagram, it's really more kind of like in the moment stuff. Like, hey guys, I'm here at this event. This is what's going down, you know, loving it. You know, here, like, you know, talk to a few of the entrepreneurs here, and like, you can like make it interactive. You can do fun things with it. But I think it's generally more in the moment. But of course, things are changing all the time, and you can definitely mix it up. But that was kind of generally kind of the idea behind the 2 platforms. But you can definitely hop on Instagram Live and be like, hey everyone, I'm going to share 5 tips on how to do whatever you want to teach. You know what I mean? So, but it's important that you show up a little bit differently on each platform. I think it's like, you know, it's just, you'll discover this regardless, because you'll find that something works really well on Facebook and then it falls flat on Instagram, right? So for example, on Facebook, it might work more effectively to share more of like an advertisement for something, a poster or an event information, and it doesn't really go over the same way on Instagram. People are going to Instagram for visually appealing content, right? And on Facebook, it can be more like informational, okay? Snapchat, you're not gonna see me on Snapchat, but it's more lifestyle in the moment. If you're rocking Snapchat, you go and rock that Snapchat, because I still haven't made the time to actually figure that out. And it's really about choosing 2 platforms and rocking those platforms. But I think it is important to at least have, have your LinkedIn account open, have your Google Plus, have them all open eventually, but you can still just choose 2 to really focus on. All right, so with Facebook Lives, be genuine and relatable, plan ahead, know your key point, always have like a take action point, okay? Good lighting, natural lighting is best for sure. A captivating caption to get them, right? And also, again, that call to action. So I can give you like a really like super duper simple example, just to like super basic, just so you can get the idea. So for example, your key points, you could get a little post-it note and you can put it right like next to your phone, like where you're going to be doing, where you're going to be looking at your phone for the live. And you can say, okay, everyone, here are 5 reasons. Here are 5 reasons why you need to be drinking more water. Okay, so you can literally going over like digestive health, better skin, like whatever the 5 reasons are. And then your take action, your call to action is, okay, everyone, go right now and go fill up a big glass and go drink your water. Like that's really simple, but you get the point, right? But your captivating caption could be lose weight, detox, and have a better complexion for free, like zero investment. I don't know, something like that, right? People are like, well, what is she talking about? And you're literally sharing with them a super important wellness tip, which is drinking more water, which we all know we need to do, and we don't do it enough. All right, so I'm gonna play this for you guys. Here's an example for you.
Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday evening. So I hope you all had a great weekend. I just did a giveaway. I love doing giveaways, but I did it over on our Inspire Health Reset page. And so this past month, we've had a large group of people, several hundred people, doing the reset, which I talked about a month ago, and I haven't made any videos about it lately, but I just wanted to let y'all know the results we had. And in that group, if they shared the results with us, they were gonna get free product. And so I just gave away 2 resets to those individuals. So Angela won, and then Stephanie won, each a free reset. So I'm super excited to give those away. But what blows me away is just everybody's amazing results that they get. I just had a couple more people do reset this week. One of my clients has lost 8 pounds in 6 days, reduced cravings, more energy. It's just a wonderful program. And so as October is approaching, I cannot believe it. It's crazy that it's almost October and it's the fall. Hi, Sandy. So one of my neighbors just joined, and she has had great results. Her and her husband have had great results with reset and have continued on to our next phase as well. But as October's approaching, I wanted to again invite y'all, if y'all are looking for something to help you, this is the best program. And what I love is that you can just try it for 5 days to see what it does. And the purpose is to reset those blood sugars. And so if y'all didn't see my videos earlier, this is the reset kit. And I've put hundreds of people on it. But you just have to experience it. You just have to try it. And so what I'm gonna do is I have a bunch of resets coming in. They should be in soon, about 20 of them. So actually, I think I have about 18 left. I think 2 are already taken, so.
All right. So you guys get a great example there of what a Facebook Live specifically could look like. And this is Lindsay. She's one of the top performers in the US. All right. Here we go. Let me just move my little window over here. Okay, that's okay. Okay, so for Instagram stories, this is an effective tool for communicating your brand with your audience and building your brand because it gives 15-second video clips without clogging your Instagram feed. It's viewable for 24 hours. If your profile is public, your stories are public and searchable. So here is a little hack for you guys that literally right now as I'm recording this, most people, almost all people don't know. Okay, so what you want to do to kind of get your stories to more people, because they are searchable, which would allow your story to be shown to more people and to have more people seeing it and to more people to go to your profile, etc. Right? So make sure you all know how to use hashtags. We're going to talk about that in a second. You can actually, so copy your hashtags from your notes section of your phone, which I'm always recommending that you do, and then paste them actually in the story, like on the photo or on the video, and then pinch them. So, when you can make something small, so pinch them so they're like so small you can't even see them. Put them the same color as like the background, and you can't see them. You can't see all those hashtags, those 30 hashtags you just pasted on your Instagram story, but that makes them searchable through hashtags. Total amazing hack, love that. Also make sure you're doing the location check-in or like checking it at a venue or whatever it is. It will help more people to see your story as well. So did you know that Instagram Stories has 250 million daily active users as of June 2017? Here we go. So here's a quick look at some few stories. I know you watch stories all the time. Well, I'm sure, maybe not. You might be new to it. But here's just a few people who are USANA associates who have partnered with USANA to create passive income and how they are sharing their healthy lifestyle. And you'll see that a lot of it is not USANA related whatsoever, right? I'm going to yoga. All right, you get the picture there. All right, there we go. So the benefits is that you're able to share a variety of content behind the scenes day to day. It allows you to appear at the top of everyone's home feed. So you use tags, the ability to tag accounts, locations, and hashtags. Yeah, so that's that there. Okay, so your stories helps you to establish authority, credibility, develop a relationship. Consistency is also key. Ensure that your first story is catchy and that it entices them to watch the rest, but keep in mind frequency. 3 stories are better than 33 because your followers will actually drop off and not view your content towards the end. So you're actually better to say do like 3, for example, throughout the day, like a morning, a noon, an evening. Make sure that they're spread out, because you've done it before. You literally you give the story like a second and you're already like tapping to get through to it if they have like so many stories in a row, unless they have really kind of grabbed you in and you really want to learn about what they are sharing. And if that is the case, they probably have done a good job of not just having the video, but also having text to go along with their video of top 3 ways to make money online, but like something like to really kind of catchy so that you turn on the volume on your phone and you actually watch the stories. Okay. So for quality images, you want to have a smartphone. I'm sure we all have smartphones now with a good camera. I have a little USANA thing on here. Natural lighting is always best. If you want to take a good selfie, literally just take your phone, put it toward the window, hold it up, forward-facing camera, and you are good to go, okay? So that's a good selfie tip. The app that I'm using right now is Color Story, C-O-L-O-R, Story, Color Story, and that helps me to, I really like the filters on that. But just, try to create a little bit of a feel to your Instagram. It doesn't have to be perfect. Don't stress about being this perfect, pristine, minimalistic, perfect Instagram gallery photos, but do take the time. It does go a long way, okay? So use hashtags. So what I do, and I've already kind of mentioned it quickly, is I have little collections of hashtags in my notes section on my phone. So just the notes section, I'm sure every phone has a note section. And then what you want to do is actually create little collections of 30 hashtags per little collection that have to do with that specific demographic, okay? So for really women empowering women, fempreneur, boss babes, health coaches, IIN, that's all in one little section. And then I'll have another category that has to do with being a mom and mom life and mom of boys, etc. Then I'll have one that's more maybe yogi focused, one that's more about veganism and being plant-based, one that is more specifically to my demographic. And then it gives me at least kind of a template or a base. Even if I want to swap out a few of them, I just copy and paste it into the first comment on my post. Really important, the first comment on your post, not actually in the text. So not in your caption, you comment on your own post with those hashtags. And in your notes section, you could do the ... and then have your collection of hashtags, okay? That's gonna allow way more people to see your post, okay? So just do that, okay? And yeah, make sure you're really taking look at your just where you live, your industry. So if you're a personal trainer in London personal trainer, those are really helpful, really specific. Don't get too broad. For example, like you know, I don't know, summer, like it's just going to be millions of different posts. It's going to be hard for you to be discovered there. So it could be like my healthy summer. So you're going to learn different hashtags. You're going to see what everyone's using, and you can always swap out what you're using, okay? And I'll probably add a couple tools here to the notes section on how to brainstorm hashtags. There's a few different websites that will help you with that as well. Okay, cool. Let's move on. So across the board, so your social media, your online branding, keep this fun. This is not a stressful topic, you guys. Your brand, you already have a brand. So everything that you are doing right now, every little tweak you make, every time you tell a story in a post, every time you take that great picture, every time you do a story, you are improving and growing your brand. It's not going to happen overnight. It shouldn't happen overnight. Also, really important to know that what you are doing online is basically allowing more people to connect with you, but you're still going to have to reach out and actually develop that relationship. Connect with them, ask them a question, direct message them, get that conversation going, so you can then turn your followers, the people who are liking your posts, into customers, into business partners by really having that relationship, okay? So those are just a few of the across the board tips. Hopefully you got a chance to really read them. I'm kind of getting through this really fast right now. Make sure you sync up all your bio, again, like get that feel, that make it like just looking like with fresh eyes at each of your profiles and saying, how can I improve this? How can I make it better? I'm always doing that. And if you're following me, you'll see that I'm always doing that. Turn on notifications, see how I'm making tweaks. And you'll probably wonder, what's Krista up to now? And you can follow my journey as I'm changing and evolving. So again, did we say consistency yet? Like that's like 100 times already. But get out of your element and shoot fun pictures for your brand. What this might look like is, the other day was driving home from helping Crystal on the team with an event that she was doing, and there was a sunflower field. Well, this was the end of the day. I had 3 kids in the car with me. I'm like, we should really just get home. I'm like, oh, but it's just like so fun. And also just for like your life, like when else do you see a sunflower field? I know I've never seen one in person before. So we got out of the car, we're like, let's go check this out. So we're out of our element, right? It creates this cool, like, additional layer to your life where you want to seek adventure, you want to seek experiences, to live them, but also to share them, to inspire other people as well, right? Ask fun questions. We already covered that. Like, get conversations going in fun ways. You don't always have to be talking specifically about the products, about the business. Like, just like get people engaged with you and answer, respond back to them, of course. Okay. So again, don't be sucked in to this. Okay. So I've already mentioned this before, but it is probably like, my biggest hurdle some days. If I'm not feeling clear, if I didn't take the time to really set out my clear intentions of what I'm creating that day, I can totally get sucked in. I'm sure you guys can relate, right? So it's really important that I for sure have my intentions for the day. 3 goals a day is great. 5 also works. You can have your Fab 5 goals, your Powerful 5. Depends on what's going on in your life, but specifically to business, at least 3 is great. And they can be small, they can be huge, but make sure that we have things we can check off. And when we go into social media, my little hack is that I'm really intentional. So I'm going on, so before I even look at my phone, I'm going on to create value on this account. Okay, so one of my Instagram accounts, I'm going on to create value. So I'm going to do a post, I'm going to do a story, something. Or I'm going to go on right now, I'm going to go on, look on the hashtag for one of my teams, Luscious Life Design. I'm going to go like and engage with a bunch of people. So I know what I'm actually doing when I go on, opposed to just, getting sucked in and watching like some horrible trash of a, thing that's just viral that you're watching, or something really cute like kittens, or like, I don't know, make up videos. You guys get the point, right? So make sure that you set hours and that you're really intentional about what you're doing. All right, so here we go. So we want to know who we are. We want to add value. We want to be engaging. We want to set social hours, okay? Just to kind of quickly recap. And that is a wrap. Hopefully this is a foundation. This is something to get the journey started for you. And make sure you see the playlist that I'm going to link to below. This is going to be really important. I'll put like stars and everything here to make sure that you are continuing your journey of how to effectively tell your story. Not like your story from birth to now, but those little moments, those defining moments in your life that have got you to where you are and the lessons you've learned and what you've learned along the way. This is how you're going to build your brand and attract people to you. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. And also, last thing, if you want to be interviewed by me, so say, like, this is a really great way to tell your story. If you have a certain aspect, a story that you want to share, or a skill set that you want to bring to the table, or a message that you want to bring to social media, direct message me for an interview, and we'll actually set up an interview where I highlight you and your skill set, and I can really edify you. It kind of put the spotlight on you and kind of be the one asking you the questions, and that sometimes that's easier to kind of get your story out there for the first time as well. Thanks, everyone. Let's go rock our businesses.